ukiingia police station piga yeye risasi.
In Nairobi on Thursday, June 26, 2025, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen dropped a bombshell. He directed police officers to shoot anyone who dares approach a police station with criminal intent, saying, "We have directed the police that anyone who dares approach a police station with criminal intent, shoot them."
Polisi anataka kuua polisi ati atakuja kubembelezwa. Unafikiria bunduki ni mandazi?
This order came on the heels of violent protests marking the anniversary of the 2024 anti-government demonstrations, which Murkomen described as a coordinated attempt at regime change. He claimed the protests targeted key installations including police stations, with 9 attacked and 5 torched. But his words sparked immediate alarm, raising fears of state-sanctioned violence and police overreach.
Unatoroka tu wakati unaona ile yenye uko nayo, hata ukipeleka 5 6 bado ni wengi. Lakini kwa mjinga watu 10 20 hapo wewe unashindwa na hiyo kazi. Na hii sio yangu peke yake, ni amri kutoka juu.
The reaction from Kenyans was swift and fierce. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, while appearing on NTV on 27th June 2025, said Kipchumba Murkomen is a young, excited cabinet secretary full of himself because of money and power. He cannot give instructions to police to shoot and kill.
Kipchumba Murkomen is a young, excited cabinet secretary full of himself because of money and power. He cannot, against the law, give instructions to police to shoot, to kill. To start with, when he was in Senate, he said that the National Police Service is independent and he cannot give them directions on what to do. Then here again, he is asking the police to shoot, to kill anybody within the vicinity of a police station. To start with, a police station is a public institution and members of public have every right to go to a police station. Even where you are protected areas like State House and installations of the Department of Defense, if people turn up there, you don't shoot them. You find out why they are there and arrest them if they are there for interior motive and charge them.
The reaction from Kenyans was swift and fierce. In Kikuyu Constituency, Kiambu County, residents gathered at the Deputy County Commissioner's office, their voices drowning out official statements with jeers and chants. The community rejected Murkomen's directive, viewing it as a dangerous escalation that could endanger innocent lives.
Mwenye anasumbuliwa mawe polisi anataka kuua polisi ati atakuja kubembelezwa. Unafikiria bunduki ni mandazi?
The sentiment in Kikuyu echoed a broader public concern. Could this order fuel Kenya's already troubled history of police brutality? The Law Society of Kenya, led by President Faith Odhiambo, didn't hold back. In a strongly worded statement on June 27, 2025, Odhiambo dismissed Murkomen's authority to issue such operational orders, stating the Cabinet Secretary has no authority under the law to issue such an order. She pointed out that Murkomen himself had previously distanced his office from directing police actions as recorded in the National Assembly Hansard. The LSK emphasized that the right to life enshrined in Kenya's constitution under Article 26 can only be limited under specific legally defined circumstances. Odhiambo's statement was clear. Any police officer acting on this directive risks committing a premeditated crime. The LSK didn't stop at criticizing Murkomen. They fired a warning shot at the National Police Service, cautioning officers against misusing their firearms. Odhiambo stressed that any unjustified aggression, disproportionate use of force, or extrajudicial killing under this order would be deemed as a serious criminal act. She urged Inspector General Douglas Kanja to ensure officers uphold their constitutional duties, warning that command responsibility would fall on his shoulders. This comes against the backdrop of Kenya's ongoing struggle with police brutality, with reports of at least 104 extrajudicial executions in 2024 alone.
Police officers who tortured and killed Albert Ojwang today are in custody. They are before court on their own. They are facing murder charges. Yet the man who gave them instructions is at home doing his own things. Let me tell the police officers in our country, they are my brothers and sisters, they are my sons and daughters. Please follow the law. Don't take that stupid instruction from Kipchumba Murkomen seriously. Because you shoot somebody, you'll be arrested and taken to court. And I have told police officers to be very careful. I worked with William Ruto and people close to him. They are users. They'll use you, and when things get out of hand, they'll sacrifice you at high noon. I want to urge all police officers across the country not to agree to obey unlawful orders, not to agree to break the law.
The backlash wasn't confined only in one place. Online, Kenyans took to platforms like X to voice their anger. One user posted, "Murkomen's unlawful shoot-to-kill order endangers not just the public, but the police as well." Another warned that the directive could justify civilian self-defense against police, escalating tensions further. Offline, the debate has reignited calls for police reform and accountability, with many Kenyans demanding justice for past violations. Facing mounting criticism, Murkomen attempted to clarify his stance on June 27, 2025, while attending a graduation ceremony at the Border Police Training Camp in Kitui County. He insisted that security agencies are well trained not to cross the red line, and that the order was meant only for thugs attacking police stations to steal guns.
Hatujasema ati itumiwe kiolela. Ni ile tunajaribu kutetea wale polisi ambao maisha yao iko hatarini na wanaambiwa na wengine ya kwamba usitumie hiyo bunduki kwa sababu utastakiwa. Lakini sasa huyo polisi akikufa atakuwa wapi kustakiwa?
But this clarification did little to quell public fears and anger, especially given Kenya's history of police misconduct. Critics argue that vague terms like criminal intent could lead to abuse, putting innocent lives at risk. The controversy has brought a renewed focus to the National Police Service Act. The 6th schedule clearly outlines strict conditions for firearm use, stating that lethal force can only be used when non-violent means are inadequate and must be proportionate to the threat. Legal experts argue that Murkomen's directive violates these provisions, as well as Kenya's constitution and international human rights standards. The LSK and others are now calling for accountability to prevent a slide into state-sanctioned violence. Kenya stands at a crossroads. Will Murkomen's directive lead to greater security or insecurity, further eroding trust in law enforcement? The debate is far from over. What are your thoughts on Murkomen? Drop your thoughts. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.